Hello everyone, I'm going to show you how to set up your GL.iNet router. And before starting, if this video helps, please support me. I donate half of all donations to shelters. You can find more details in the description below. So the first thing that you will need to do is to turn on your router. Take the power adapter. Plug one end of the power adapter into an outlet and the other into the router. Then press the power button. When the router is turned on, the power indicator will be lit. It may take a few minutes for it to completely turn on. Next, plug the cable from your internet service provider or from your modem into a special internet port. This port is usually labeled as internet, and usually it has a different color. Each cable should be inserted until it snaps into place. Now you need to restore the router to its factory settings. Hold down the reset button on the router for 10 seconds. Wait until the indicator lights on the router start flashing. At times, this button is found inside the router casing to prevent it from being pressed by mistake. In this case, use a slim object to press it down. The router will restart, and the settings will go back to their original factory defaults. Plug one end of the Ethernet cable provided with the router into one of the LAN ports. And plug the other end of the cable into your computer's Ethernet port. Wait a few minutes for connection. Great, we've connected the router to your computer. Now you will need to set it up. But first, let me show you another way to connect the router if you do not have an Ethernet cable or your computer does not have an Ethernet port. Connect the router to the power adapter and cable from your internet provider. This will enable Wi-Fi. If your router is new and hasn't been set up, your Wi-Fi network will be named after the router. Your router has a unique Wi-Fi network name and password printed on a sticker. Connect to it. Awesome, you've connected to the router. Now let's get it set up. First, open your browser and go to the link you see on the screen. Make sure to type the address directly into the browser's address bar, not the search bar. If you see a login page asking for a password, it means your router has already been configured. Ask the person who previously set up the router for the password. If you're unable to get it, you'll need to reset the router to its factory default settings. After that, try accessing the router's admin panel again. Depending on the firmware version of your router, the setup process may look slightly different. But don't worry, just follow along with the general steps I describe, and you'll be fine. On the first page, you will need to select the router's language. I'll leave it in English. Click the next button to proceed. On the next page, you'll be asked to set an admin password for your router. Your admin password will be used to configure everything inside the admin panel. It is extremely important to keep this password safe and private. Make sure your password is between 5 and 32 characters long. Click the Submit button to continue. Now it's time to choose your internet connection type. This information can usually be found in your internet provider's contract or welcome documents. Click on the Modify button to open the options. From the drop-down list, choose the correct connection type for your network. Again, this should match what your internet provider has given you. If you're unsure which one to choose, select this default option. It's the most commonly used. Click the Apply button to save your selection. Now let's change the name and password of your Wi-Fi network. From the menu, click on Wireless. Then, on the wireless page, click the Modify button. In this field, enter the new name for your Wi-Fi network. In the next field, enter your new password. The Wi-Fi password must be between 8 and 64 characters long. Click the Apply button to save your new network name and password. If you are connected to the router via Wi-Fi, you'll now need to reconnect using the updated network name and password. This also applies to the 5 GHz network if you're using both bands. After updating the 5 GHz settings, don't forget to click Apply again. By the way, if you don't need one of the two bands, for example, if you only want to use 5 GHz, you can disable the other one. To turn off the 2.4 GHz network, simply click this switch here. Wait around 10 seconds for the change to apply. To re-enable it, click the switch again and wait another 10 seconds. The same steps apply if you want to disable or re-enable the 5 GHz network. Once you've finished making all your changes, it's time to reboot the router. Click the Reboot button. Then confirm your choice by clicking Yes. The router reboot will take about 1 minute. During this time, please do not refresh the page or press any buttons. If you were connected via Wi-Fi, you'll need to reconnect after the router finishes restarting. Now check if the internet is working. Just open your browser and try Googling something. If you still don't have internet access, you may need to try cloning your MAC address. To do this, log into the router's admin panel again using your new password. Navigate to the More Settings tab. Then click on MAC Clone from the menu. On this page, select the option from the drop-down menu that includes the word clone in parentheses. Your MAC address may look different from mine, and that's completely fine. Click the Apply button to save this setting. Now restart the router one more time. Wait for about 1 minute while the router reboots. If you were connected via Wi-Fi, you'll need to reconnect after the router finishes restarting. Once it's back online, check if the internet is working. Again, just try searching something on Google. If it still doesn't work at this point, it's time to contact your internet service provider. They will let you know the exact connection type required and provide any additional settings or login credentials if needed. That's all. If you found my video helpful, please support my work. Half of all donations I send to animal shelters. All details are in the description down below.